live in Dallas, right? So most of my family, 90% of them are Cowboys fans. We watch the games together. I done seen this team year after year after year. And the thing that people don't realize with a lot of football teams is that it starts at the top, right? So Jerry Jones has always dealt with mediocrity because the mediocrity hasn't interrupted the
His
business of what
profits.
Jerry Jones does.
Right.
So with this franchise, it's a little bit different because even if you look on the business side, like Levi's Stadium hasn't been that great, bro. Like
True.
it's not like Jerry's
Jerry's
World
World.
where
Yeah.
they got all types of events going on in that stadium. It's been like a beacon
Yeah.
for Dallas, Fort Worth area in general, right? Like they already had a Super Bowl there.
Yeah.
It snowed in the Super Bowl that they had in Dallas, and that Super Bowl was more successful than the Super Bowl they had in Santa Clara.
Yep.
So Jerry's man, he probably want to win another Super Bowl because he's getting older. But if you look at the amount of money that Jerry done made off of football and bringing in and out to Texas, man, Jerry's man, look,
He brought In
he
and
was
Out to Texas. That's genius.
yeah,
That's
genius,
genius.
genius.
Genius. Yeah.
So it's just as many in and outs as it is Whataburgers in Texas. So Jerry he's successful in life, bro. Nobody can tell Jerry he's not successful. Now, if you look on the 49er side, Jay got a lot to prove, right? Because he's already fighting against his uncle's legacy.
Yep.
And then now you got to deal with, man, I done built the stadium and people really not feeling it. I'm not living
And
up
you're
to the
out here on
hype
the
of
West
legacy.
Coast where people like national media doesn't really talk about you out here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Rams just won the Super Bowl. It's a lot of internal pressure there. John Lynch is an ex-player, and he's got a lot of pride. That when you're an athlete, that never leaves you. It just transfers over to what you do next in life, right? So John Lynch is not trying to lose a playoff game to the Cowboys, and that be the reason that he go home.
Yeah.
Especially after last year when the 49ers, that don't get talked about enough. They should have won the Super Bowl. They shouldn't have lost to the Rams. Not period. The Cowboys have never been that close to winning the Super Bowl
True.
in the past 25 years. The 49ers have had a lot of heartache from NFC championship games, Super Bowls. The Cowboys don't even know how that feels. Think
That's true.
about that.
That's true.
So this team has a lot more to play for. And it's like Coach said on the show yesterday. At this point, the 49ers are playing with themselves. They're playing against themselves. Like, hey, we got a mission, and if we don't win the Super Bowl, it's bust. If the Cowboys beat us tomorrow and then they lose to the Eagles, that's a successful season for them.
Yeah.
That's why they're not going to win this game because the
Yeah.
pressure is going to be high on our guys, but they're still going to perform at a certain level because they know what it feels like. The Cowboys, their season is already successful. We got into the playoffs. We beat Tom Brady. If we
Yeah.
go to San Francisco, everybody's going to understand why we lost. 49ers, we done traded for Christian McCaffrey. Man, I don't care. Brock, they can say what he wants. 7 games. Look, the boy done proved he can play. If we lose, I don't care if it's Brock's fault. Y'all didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Should have overcame when
Yeah.
we won all these other games that nobody had. And then you know what people gonna say? Well, Brock better than Jimmy anyway. Y'all went further with Jimmy at quarterback. So all the excuses is off the table, and this team
Yeah.
knows that. I think they did come out sleepwalking against Seattle, but they're not gonna do that against Dallas because they do realize that
That's true.
hey, Dallas might be mediocre, but they one of those mediocre teams. They normally play up to their level of competition. That's why they lost to the Commanders. But you think coming in against Tom Brady, who's not going to get up for a game against Tom Brady and
Right.
put him out of the
Right.
playoffs? So, man, as far as the game goes, man, I think they're gonna win. I'm not really worried about that. That's why this week is just kind of like, hey, let's just get to the game so we can see the game play. But to me, I'm not buying into all the Cowboys. They could beat the 49ers, and they could.
Nah.
But, man, but I think we done already seen enough this season. We know who the teams are. Eagles, 49ers, and then in the AFC, either the Bengals, Bills, or Chiefs, a combination of that. And then of those 5 teams, 2 of them will meet in the Super Bowl. That's it, man. It's really no now. One of those, the Giants, the Cowboys, maybe the Jags. One of those teams could be the upset team and make it all the way. But I just don't see it happening, man. Not at all. But man, Grant, keep on doing your thing, man. I love the Cone Phone. I know the people out there love the Cone Phone. So keep that going. Keep dropping all of this great content that you do. I know as a content creator, man, I know you put in a lot of hours. And I appreciate that. If nobody else don't tell you, I'm gonna tell you every time I'm on here. I appreciate it, man. You give me something to watch when I'm at work during the week and just going throughout my day. Man, I appreciate the amount of content that you put out, and I love the fact that you always keep it real and you man enough when you wrong, you come back and say, "Hey, I was wrong, man. I was wrong." Not a lot of people do that. So look, y'all, people probably will say, "Oh man, he really on here riding Grants." You know what, man? But come on, man, how many people in the community is really giving it up like Grant, where he come on and let us talk our shit and don't even interrupt us? I've been rambling, he ain't interrupt once, man. That's a good guy to me. Oh, one last thing. You said Speaker Box versus Love Below. You said that the Love Below didn't age as well as Speaker Box. So I went back and listened to the albums. I They about the same for me, but I think Speaker Box was it just it just hit harder, man, than Love Below, man. It just hit harder. I think they aged about the same. Speaker Box just hit harder, man. But thank
I
you
gotta cut
for
you
being
off
on.
now. Great to see you, man. Have a good one,
All
man.
right, Grant, man.
Later.